Hello, everyone. Welcome to this presentation of the DT Socialize Ushare opportunity. So this presentation is meant to be for ambitious people, those who aim at personal and professional success, revolutionaries, so those who want to escape the rigid patterns of our daily routine, and exhausted, those who want to change and improve their lifestyle and their families. So in this meeting, you discover how the greatest entrepreneurs on the planet have leverage on the new markets and what teaching we can draw from it. You'll discover the new markets, the new emerging markets for the current, present, and forthcoming future, and what are the business opportunities they offer to you and I. So opportunity, you'll also discover opportunity, what we need to do to be able to seize and exploit these opportunities in order to improve in our present and near future. Now, if we only think about the internet, until 30 years ago, it did not exist, but today we cannot live without it. We wake up with our phone in our palm and we go through it. We start reading messages and all kind of information. Same as with all the other devices that are surrounding us. So we just cannot do without the internet, right? So it basically changed our life by opening us, to the world. We can sit or maybe lay in our bed and yet see what is happening in Tokyo or in Shanghai or in Singapore just from the cell phone in our hand or our tablet or our computer. So this internet and the devices that come with it literally changed our life. We use the internet in our daily activities. It is definitely a very helpful tool, but the truth is that we fail to catch its true potential. We as creators didn't get the best out of it to gain wealth. We as creators did not. However, a few people saw it and are currently gaining wealth, getting richer by the second from that opportunity. Let's talk about Google, for example. Simple idea, right? Very simple idea. All they created was, or wanted to create, was a database with information where people can just send simple query requests and would get the information stored on the servers. But guess what? When we look at their revenues, 136 billion, earning of 30 billion, value currently at 762 billion. The key, simplicity. Let's look at Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, right? Social network. All he wanted to do was to have pictures of his friends and college friends and school friends so that they can each, connect to each other and see what they're becoming, right? Another very simple project, but he was able to make it viral. So the key here was the virality. So users, they currently have 2.5 billion, earnings 20 billion, and the current value of Facebook is 440 billion. Now let's talk about Apple and Steve Jobs. So rest in peace, Steve. That's another one. He was the first one to create one of these beautiful devices we now all own, a smartphone, right? So he created the very first smartphone. Revenue, 260 billion. These are billions with a B. So earnings, 55 billion, and the current valuation of Apple is $1,037 billion. The key, innovation. And lastly on this list, Jeff Bezos from Amazon. His key word was e-commerce. So he was able to replicate the experience, the user experience that we have when we go to a store, through the internet for us to get the same experience without having to leave our house, right? So we do the same thing, the very same thing, and then we get it delivered the next day, sometime within hours. Revenues, 232 billion, earnings, 2.2 billion, the current value, 965 billion. This is mind-blowing. So this is the right moment. Today, we have another great opportunity. We might have missed the Google, the Facebook, the Apple, and the Amazon and others, but today we have another great opportunity. New technologies are growing and they'll change our world in a radical way. Do we want to be part of them, or do we want to remain bystander? Right? We don't want to be bystanders. So we must be ready. So we got to stop watching others' wealth growing by the second and take the opportunity to create our own wealth. So usually what happens is people, when they see an opportunity, they prefer to stand back and watch how it's going to go. Of course, those who take the first risk are the ones who get rewarded the most. So if you choose to stay back, you're not getting rewarded. And when you choose to join, it's sometimes already too late. So you want to be able to identify a great opportunity as soon as it is presented to you. And what I'm talking about today is one of those you don't want to miss. Now, let's reflect on the past. Who didn't know Kodak? We all knew Kodak and the films, right, that went into our camera, where you could use to take pictures and so on, right? Kodak was the name. So if you wanted pictures, you wanted Kodak, nobody else. Kodak was the reference. They had innovated, right? Who doesn't remember about Nokia and the 3310? We all wanted it because it was the coolest phone in the block. It was the smallest phone at that time, and you could even customize it, right? You could change the outskirt, and you make it look like different colors. It was the phone to have, the 3310, and it was good. It was very innovative at the time, right? Blockbusters, right? Blockbusters. So when Blockbusters came in with over 900 stores in the US, you had to be a member, because that meant you could basically just rent a few movies and sit home all weekend watching movies without having to go to the movie theater. So again, they innovated at their time. So they did innovate, but were they able to adapt whenever another change was going to come? Darwin teaches us that it is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. And we've seen that in the dinosaurs era, right? Dinosaurs and other animals were very strong in their era. And yet when the change came, they were not able to adapt to that change. And hence, they disappeared. They went into extinction. And only those that were able to survive did survive. So the same thing is valid for these three major companies that at the time were the top in their business. And yet when the change came, they failed to adapt, and some of them went extinct, simply into extinction. We barely remember, I'm pretty sure so many people don't even know what Blockbuster is. Nokia is still struggling, but it's still around. Kodak, yeah, they're still there, but they lost their very strong position they had at that time. Now, this is a historical moment. We are together in the right moment, in the right place, and with the right company. Ushare. Now, who are we? Who are we? We are DT Socialize, a company specialized in the development of new technologies. Then we have DTCircle as an ecosystem containing all the new technologies developed by DT Socialize. And then you have Ushare, a company in charge of technology distribution. This is a holding. And to this, I will actually add a new one, which is our very own bank, the very first bank in the world that is allowed to handle both cryptocurrencies and fiat currencies. And it is already incorporated in Connecticut in the US. It is legally incorporated or allowed to operate in Europe with headquarters in London, as well as in Africa with the Comoros Islands. So DT Socialize, where is it? As I said, it is the company within the holding that is specialized in the development of new technologies, products, and services. So it was born with the mission of protecting the privacy of its community and to distribute to its member the wealth that comes from the opportunities relating to these new disruptive markets. Then we have the DT Circle. The DT Circle is the ecosystem. So the first one, DT Socialize, creates, develops products and services. DT Circle is the ecosystem that houses all those products and services. So some of them, for example, are the DT coin, our very own cryptocurrency based on the intrinsic value of the company. Then we have the token, as opposed to the other tokens we have on the exchanges. This token, the DT Circle token, is a security token. What's the difference between the two, are you going to ask me? Well, the utility token we see on most exchanges get their value based on the supply and demand. And that is the reason why their value could drop and, just based on someone's tweet or some very harsh governance, right? And we see that all the time, that extreme volatility. Whereas a security token, its value is based on the entire or the whole valuation of the company itself. In this case, the token of DT Circle is based, its value is based on the valuation of all technologies and service and product that are within the DT Circle ecosystem. Over time, it will be increasingly rich in technologies and products. So basically, because we will be getting more products, more technologies, more services, the value of all those services will be going higher and higher. And, so will our token value. And then finally, we have what we call the animal, the blockchain phone, which is a phone looking just like your regular phone, and yet that is so powerful that it will be a node within the Query blockchain that was developed only for or customized only for DT Socialize and its subsidiaries companies. Now, Ushare is the company in charge of technology distribution. They have the exclusive right to distribute the products that are within the DT Circle ecosystem through social profit marketing. And they do it through word of mouth, or also known as multi-level marketing, which has been decided as the best way to do it, to reach the masses. We are going viral, we are becoming viral. And as you can see, we are now present on all continents, and we continue to grow with already over 500,000 members in this community. So you don't want to miss it. So we've shown who we are. Now, will you allow me to ask you a question? How many of you use or have a Facebook profile? How many of you use WhatsApp or Telegram or any of those other apps that are out there for instant messaging? How many of you write email, and how many of you use Google? Now tell me this, how much do you pay for these services? Don't you worry, I know the answer because I'm in the same boat as you. I don't pay anything, and I know you don't either. So now check this out. In 2017, I think it was, Facebook closed the deal for buying WhatsApp for $19 billion, billion with a B. They did that and give it to us for free. Yeah, for free? You really believe they give it to us for free? Why would they spend $19 billion for something that they give to us for free? There must be a catch somewhere. Well, if we don't pay, then we are not customers, because customers always pay. So if we don't pay, we're not customers. But the truth is, we are actually their products. We are the people that they sell, maybe not selling us physically, but we have something that they don't tell us that they sell, And that is where all their money comes from. Big data. I don't know if you heard about big data before, but big data is the key. And we want to find out what big data or how we gain money from big data. So I would like to get you to watch this very short video before we continue with our presentation. Let us watch this short video and then we'll be back on our presentation.
We live in a fast-changing world. Internet, social networks, messaging apps, all tools which we can't do without. Every time you use the internet, information about your tastes and preferences is acquired, and you're offered advertisements on the same social networks and on the internet. Companies pay billions of dollars to get your data, and today they're paying them to Facebook, Google, Instagram, Wathsapp. But you're the one who generates that data and buys their products, right? Do you know Wathsapp? Are you using it? I'll tell you another thing that will upset you. You think you can post on social media or send and receive private messages in true confidence. Yet without your knowledge, that data is also being used to acquire information on your tastes, preferences, and habits. How would it be if you were able to earn every time you generated the same data that you're generating today for free, that makes the companies that use it richer every day? And if there was a way to earn even a small fraction of €1 for every message you send or receive, or for all your online activities, if it could be you and only you who decides which of your data you want to sell and make a profit from, having a cast-iron guarantee of absolute privacy for the data that you don't want to share. Now imagine being able to multiply your earnings by the millions of people online who want at last to own their own data and make a profit from the sale of it. This is the opportunity that DT Socialize offers you. A company that's been involved in the development of blockchain and big data technologies for 2 years. A company that respects privacy by creating tools that protect and share the gains with those who knowingly produce data. You can be a part of it immediately and in a simple way, using our services and earning on your data. Or you can be part of the company by earning a fee generated from the data of all connected users in the community. DT Socialize has created an entire ecosystem, the DT Circle, in which every user can benefit from the generation of their data using the services within the circle. A new concept to create economy. A new concept of protection of your privacy. A new concept of profit. That's why DT Socialize is the circle into which every online user will want to enter. It's up to you to decide to make money only from your data or from the data of millions of people who will be part of it.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed the short video about big data and how powerful they are, right? On this picture here, you could actually see oil rigs everywhere in the sea, right, in the ocean, because this is just to kind of show that these companies, the Google of the world, Amazon, Uber, Google, Facebook, Tesla, are tapping into all that free, maybe not free, they think it's free, but the company was born to make it, to make us realize its value. So some people are actually calling big data the new oil, the new oil in the world of the 21st century. But to me, I do not agree, because oil is finite, meaning that it will end, it will be over, it will be done one day. Whereas big data is growing by the second. The more equipment we have connected, the more big data we generate and the more value we generate. So the current situation today, our data and our lives are totally in the hands of big multinationals. I named a few. They're getting richer by the second while exposing our privacy every second on the internet. So we're talking about big data. Every time we access the internet, we leave a track of our interest, our needs, and preferences. So DTCircle was born to fix all that. DTCircle is the ecosystem that protects the value of our data and allows us to protect our privacy, have the possibility to choose how to manage our data and earn from their value. That's what DTCircle was born for. So how do you access the DTCircle world? How do you become part of it? Like, all these people you see on this picture, right? The subscription is free and you can join for free. And then how do you join? Of course, through Ushare, which is the exclusive brand that is dedicated to the distribution of all DT Socialize products, as well as to share all its benefits of the DTCircle ecosystem. So I would like to ask you a question. Would you now, knowing that the data that you generate actually have value that could actually get you to earn some money, would you prefer to only earn from your own personal generated data, or would you like to earn from the entire community generated data? Now, you're probably going to ask me how, right? Let me tell you. So using a phone that we call the blockchain phone, which is a device developed by the company, by DT Socialize, right? Using this phone and using a token. We'll go into detail as of what the phone is about and what the token is about. Let's start with the tokenization. The whole ecosystem, the whole DTCircle ecosystem was divided into 100 million tokens. And out of those 100 million tokens, there was a repartition, like, it was split into different parts, some of it which remained with the company, 40% remained with the company and their partners. 25% was left for institutional and professionals. And amongst those professionals, I can tell you about HSBC, for example, that purchased like for 500 million euros. And then 30% of the tokens were made available for community members and retails and, private individuals like you and myself. So every single token you own represents the complex system to generate and validate data. Its worth gives you the right to earn commission on data generated once they are sold. So the token allows you to be part of this system just by owning them. You own the token, they work for you, and you earn automatically. Now, remember this disclaimer, the tokens are representative of the blockchain infrastructure and its nodes, useful for data management and certification, and therefore receive a commission for the management and certification work carried out. As an indicative example, if, let's say, DTCircle generates $900 million in profit, imagine now that the 900 millions in profit are divided by 100 million tokens. That means each token will receive $9 of profit. Imagine now that you own 1,000 tokens. That means your profit or your commission will be $9 multiplied by 1,000 token. So that will be giving you $9,000. Imagine if this is a yearly profit, then you will be earning $9,000 profit per year. Now imagine if this is a monthly profit, you'll be earning $9,000 profit per month, right? You are allowed to have as many tokens as you wish. You can have as many as you wish. It's up to you how many tokens you want to have. Now, how much do you think a token like DTCircle token could cost? Remember, I mentioned to you at the beginning that this is a security token, not like the utility token that we find on most exchanges. This is a security token because its value is linked to the overall valuation of the DTCircle ecosystem, right? Making it linked to the progress of that company or ecosystem as a whole, to the point that the value can only increase because the company is working to increase its own value. And as long as the value of the ecosystem, DT Circle as a whole, will increase, the token price will increase. So, as you can imagine, soon the value of this token will rise to the moon. It started in 2019 with, as €1 for value. And now what I can tell you is that it is already way above the €1. We are the precursor. We are the pioneers. To grow, so our goal is to grow our community quickly to conquer the world market in big data. This is why the token DT Circle can be yours today for only €8.50. Now, this value is as of today, August 8, 2021. It started at €1 and it's already at €8.50. Now, that was about the token. Now imagine owning a smartphone fully encrypted and totally safe. That repays you each time you generate data, because if you just imagine your phone, your current traditional smartphone, you have all kind of apps installed on it that generates data. And that data is being sold because you agree to it. It's being sold, but you're not seeing any cents from that. And that is making other companies richer by the seconds. Imagine now owning a phone that is encrypted, that nobody can tap into, that the data that you generate, only you can decide what they should become. If you don't want them sold, they are not going to be sold. If you want them destroyed, you can destroy them yourself. If you want just some of it sold, you want to select which one to be sold, you can do so, and they will be sold, and you will earn out of it. So we currently estimate that with a 3 to 4 hours daily use, and we know that many people go way over that every day using their regular cell phone, you could actually generate an €80 income every single month. Basically, the phone would be repaying itself and maybe even repaying the internet connection. Isn't that amazing? Will it be interesting for you today? For the first time, you have the chance to reserve your blockchain phone. And what I can tell you is that it is currently on sale at 40% off. You have the option to reserve it. And when you're ready, if you want to do so, you actually even have another, chance to get it either by paying the full price, like the full amount that is requested, which is 60% of the final price when it comes out, or you could actually split it on, in installment, like 3 installment, and pay it 3 times so that it doesn't hurt too much on your wallet. Now, how do you get the token or the device? Well, first, you become a member, you become a sharer, and it's free to become a sharer. Then you can purchase a Ucard to add some Ubalance onto your account. Let me tell you this, you don't have to buy a Ucard before you can start building a team. So you can just join if you don't have the money yet and start building your team. And, nothing prevents you from doing that. You could be a sharer without card and start building your team. But many bonuses come with the purchasing of a Ucard. So as you can see, we have a €100 Ucard, €500 Ucard, and all the way up to €12,000 Ucard. And you could also buy any multiple of these Ucard, meaning that you could buy 2 €12,000 Ucard for €24,000, for example. Now, also, I'd like to mention that we have 3 different zones based on the income per capita. We have 3 different zones: Zone A for the richest country in the world, Zone B for the middle ones, and Zone C for the not so rich. And then the entry-level Ucard is different from, for each of those zones. For example, for the Zone C countries, the entry-level Ucard is €20. For the B zone, the entry-level Ucard is €40. Now, let's talk about the bonuses that you get when you buy a certain Ucard. For example, you don't get any bonus for buying a €100 Ucard. However, when you buy a €500 Ucard, you get 5% bonus on top. So you get a balance of 525 euros. If you buy a 2,000 euro Ucard, you get 15% additional balance added to it, which you get 2,300 euro balance into your account. If you buy, let's say, a 12,000 euro Ucard, you get 20% more, which is amazing. And of course, with these monies starting here, you could buy either the token or the device or both. You could choose to buy both the device and the token. Now, tokens are not endless. I'd like to remind you that we actually ran out of the 30%, which is 30 million tokens that were initially dedicated to retail and individuals. The company came up with an additional 5 million tokens that they took from their reserve. Why? Because they wanted to make sure when the company wanted to make sure going public on the London Stock Exchange and other services and product that we're planning to bring out, like the DTSCircle Bank and others, that they all align while the pre-sale continues. They're not endless, and they will soon run out. The prices keep growing. So it started at €1 back in 2019. Today, you can have it for $8.50. If you don't buy it today, tomorrow, who knows? Or maybe in a week from now, it might be €10. Those who want to join at that time will be joining at that price, because those who joined in 2018 probably got it for €5. So you want to make the decision. We've seen how to earn from big data. Now we'll see how to earn from community development. So thanks to Ushare, you can be part of the community's growth. Start to earn now in a meritocratic way. So just talking to family and friends, in a short time, you will have your own little community of clients and partners. Does this sound interesting to you? You probably want to know how it works. Well, what I can tell you is you will get direct earnings, from those that you personally referred or sponsored. You'll get indirect earnings from people that were sponsored by those that you sponsored. You'll get automatic revenues based on your performances, and you'll get earnings per your career, depending on how far up you growing in the organization. Now let's talk about the direct earnings. Without this here being the exact details of the compensation plan, I can tell you that you could be earning from 15 to 44% on tokens purchases by person directly sponsored by you. And when it comes to indirect earnings, by creating your work team, your sales team, your group, you will achieve an additional gain of 3 to 29% on the total revenue of your entire team, which is spread through different bonuses from the compensation plan. And if you haven't looked at this compensation plan, you will get a chance to do so. Now let's talk about some automatic revenues. Every time everyone in your team take action on any DTSocialize product or service, they will generate big data, and you will also earn from that big data. So with the community getting larger, they generate more data, and that means automatic revenue for every member of the community. Now let's look at the career plan. The more you help your team grow, the more you grow and the more you earn. And as you can see, it's all start with a start ranking at the very bottom of this tower. Then once you move from start to pearl, you get an automatic reward of €40. You move from pearl to sapphire, you get a reward of €100. You move from sapphire to ruby, you get an automatic reward of €300. These first three are paid exclusively in DT coin, our very own cryptocurrency. Then you start at emerald. From emerald and up, you get paid in 70% euros and 30% in DT coin. all the way up to double black diamond, as you can see, and you could actually read the different rewards that are paid to those who achieve those beautiful rankings. I have a few examples here of people who have reached the purple diamond ranking, the red diamond ranking. So we are the first and only company in the world to offer cutting-edge technologies, the opportunity to create an extra monthly income, an automatic income stream for the future. When we talk about extra revenue, how to create a monthly income, I'll show you a few steps that potentially could, give you an idea how to potentially create a 7,000 to 10,000 euro income in just 90 days without leaving your home in 3 simple steps. Now, imagine this. If you can sponsor 3 people, and who combined would have a total rev. The revs here are the point volume that are generated from their purchase, which represent 80% of whatever amount or service or product they purchase, 80%. So if the 3 of them can generate 30 revs within 30 days, it will generate you 500 euros in bonus immediately. Let's say, for example, after that achievement, for the following 30 days, so from a total, for a total of 60 days from your registration date, you bring in another person that does exactly the same thing. And in that time, the first 3 that you brought in duplicate exactly what you did and also bring in 3 people. That will generate you 1,500 euros bonus additional to the first one that we looked at. Imagine that 30 days after the first 60, you do the same thing again. You bring an additional person in that will do exactly the same thing by bringing in 1,000 euros and 1,000 rev. That will generate another 3,000 euro bonus for you in commission. So, and if the other 3 also bring in new people, you see that your different levels are growing and you potentially will start earning on these people. So this is from 7,000 to 10,000 euros just in 90 days from the day you start this journey. We have a few testimonies here of people that have reached, you can see here, 6,500 in 69 days, 8,000 in 4 days, you can read that. So these are real people, these are real achievements. So, and the challenge continues. We will help you up to the 6th month to reach step 4. And you can earn an additional 15,000 euros in commissions just if you simply follow our steps. Step 5, the challenge continues. Then if you still put in the work that is required, you could find yourself earning an additional 30,000 euros in commission. So Ushare offers the possibility of creating an extra income, of working from home, of working freely, growing thanks to training courses and creating automatic revenues. So if you act now, you will get a revolutionary tool, token and the blockchain phone at an unprecedented price. You'll get the opportunity to create an extra income by working from home when and with whoever you want. You'll also get an automatic income stream to become financially free for yourself and for your family. So don't waste more time. Call now the friend who invited you to this webinar or who shared this video with you. He will sign you up for free and go around and invite other friends. to the next webinar so we can tell them this story. And if they find it amazing, if they want to join, they will be joining under you using your link, and you will also start this way your own journey in this beautiful opportunity. In 90 days, your name or your picture could appear in this page. So welcome in our big community, the Ushare Social Profit Marketing community. Thank you very much for having taken the time to listen to this presentation.